There you go. All right, so Tony, our technical director, will be hosting, and we have a special guest, Craig Brown, who is former coach of the Scottish national team, took Scotland to a World Cup back in '98, I believe. And he was also, he did a session for the NSCAC, I would say, was it maybe 20 years ago in Scarborough, Ontario, on the field. And too bad we didn't have cameras and film all that stuff back then. But I did a great job, and we're absolutely delighted to have you, Craig. And Tony, if you'd like to take over.
Yeah, John. Yeah, Craig and I were having a short discussion before. I'd like to welcome everybody to another edition of Behind the Bench with the legendary coach or manager of the Scottish football team, Craig Brown. Craig, welcome to our Behind the Bench webinar.
Thank you very much. It's a delight to be back with the Canadian folk. And as you know, I thoroughly enjoyed it on any occasion I was over there. And I remember being in Oakville.
Oakville, yeah.
I had a good session there 2 years in a row. And of course, we came with the Scottish national team and we played in Toronto. So, you know, it's a favourite spot of mine.
Well, hopefully we'll have you back in here soon. And
Thank you.
yeah, we'll plan on that. So, Craig, just so that you know, we have many coaches that have joined us from around the world, from the Czech Republic, from Jamaica, from the US, of course, Spain, Portugal, South Africa. So you have a good audience of a worldwide audience. And so they don't want to listen to me anymore. They want to listen to you, and you'll be talking today about the defending and attacking styles of play.
Yes, well, exactly what I wish to do is this.
Yes.
To select my favourite formation. You know, there are so many formations apparent nowadays, and every country's sometimes not even using the same one. And I have a great preference for the 3-5-2 formation. And although it's perhaps a little, well, can we say obsolete maybe now, and the 4-4-2 is very obsolete. You're antiquated if you're using the 4-4-2, according to the people that know their game of football. But what I'd like to do is to do examples of how you operate in a 3-5-2, and hopefully for the coaches with me listening to get some training ideas so that you could implement your attacking moves and your defensive moves within the system. And the diagram or two here, which you can have a look at, and you'll see what we're doing. We can find the diagram.
Right, Johnny's disabled the sharing of the screen. Can we share the screen, please? Is that possible?
John, can you connect Craig to the screen from where you are? Can you give him? Yeah.
I think
share screen.
Multiple participants can share. It says here now. You wanna?
Okay, I'll try that again.
John, if you go and share screen, I think you.
I think it's you're the host now, Tony. You're the main host. Maybe you got to do it. On the bottom it says share screen.
No, but John, you need to do that from Scotland. You need to share screen. You need to click on the button that says share screen, and then whatever you have will be.
We've got it now. We're on it.
There we go.
There you go. There it is. You got it. You got it.
Sorry about that, guys.
Oh no, no worries. No worries.
We're having a late kickoff.
Perfect.
Anyway, I'll just go quickly through the screen here, and I don't think I should be bothering giving you all that, but that's the background. And the most important things, I think, if you look at that page, which was really my career in coaching, that I was 15 years with the Scottish FA, and 8 of them as head coach and 7 as the assistant. And I was assistant to 2 outstanding coaches, Sir Alec Ferguson, I was assistant to him, and to Andy Roxburgh. And then eventually I got the job as the national team manager, having been with the under-21 team for 7 years. I was then promoted to the national team. Now, the 3-5-2 system that I wish to discuss in a little more detail emanated from a game against Germany. Now, the German teams at that time were the best teams in Europe. They were winning the Champions League. The German national team won Euro 96, and Bertie Volz was the coach.
Yes.
And I picked Bertie's brains a lot when we had to play them in a European Championship game at under 21. And he was very, very forthcoming. He didn't hide anything. And he told me how they operated the 3-5-2. And that's what I'd like to tell your coaches this evening, how they operated it. And of course, it was hugely successful long before that. That not only did Germany use it, but Argentina won it in 1986, the World Cup,
Yes.
using the 3-5-2 formation. So there's no prescription, as you see on that screen, there's no prescription for success. No one formula is going to make you a world champion or win you football matches. But as I say, the traditional one that we've always been thinking of is 4-4-2. And it's not fashionable now. If you're using 4-4-2 now, you're old man. You're yesterday's man. And people shake their head but I've said it becomes the default system, because what happens? You've used another system. You use 4-3-3. You've used 4-2-3-1. You've used the 3-5-2, and you're down at half time. What do? You go into your dressing room and you go back to 4-4-2. This is what I see at the top level, particularly in the English Premier League. And these guys who are very, very well-renowned and highly paid coaches, they have no hesitation in going back to the 4-4-2 if things aren't going well for them. But what I'm trying to do is this. I assume that most of you know how to operate the 4-4-2, and I will try and indicate how to operate the 3-5-2. Now, the 3-5-2 won Germany the European Championship. You see that? Dortmund won the Champions League, and they were Bundesliga champions 8 times. Argentina won the World Cup, as I said, and the man that introduced the 3-5-2 system was Carlos Bilardo, and he's the man that everyone acknowledges as the one who decided on that system. And what I'd like to do is to have let you and your coaches have a look at the system, just in an overview, and then I'll go through the system and talk about defending first and then attacking. That's my favourite system. Why is it my favourite system? I was lucky with Scotland to be in the FIFA World Youth Cup final, the World Cup final against Saudi Arabia. And what took us there was a very well-organised, we think, team playing 3-5-2. Then the under-20 quarter-final against West Germany and Chile, again, we were using that system. And I was in the under-21 semi-final with the under-21 team against Sweden. So these are 3 high-profile tournaments. And on each occasion, the Scottish team that I had to take charge of played 3-5-2, and I think we played it pretty well enough to be well positioned in each of the prestigious tournaments. And I think finally, the last couple of things I've said here is to qualify for Euro 96, and you can imagine if you're in Scotland and Euro 96 is in England, the threat on the manager is quite incredible. You know, and I know the chief executive said to me, if we don't qualify, you're sacked, because it's next door. And we've got to get down to England to play in Euro 96. So Ernie Walker, the late Ernie Walker was his name, and he didn't beat about the bush. He says, you've got to get there or you're off, you're sacked. Now, as I say in that sheet there, that page, we played 10 games to qualify. And using the system that I'm going to talk about, we lost only 3 goals, which I think was quite a good achievement. Then, having managed to qualify for the European Championship, and we get out of the group, and we had 3 games to play, and in the 3 games we lost only 2 goals. So if you add it together, that's 12 games and 5 goals conceded. So therefore, there is no question in my mind that the 3-5-2 is a very efficient defensive operation.
Thank you for watching this short preview video from the National Soccer Coaches Association of Canada. To see the full video, plus have access to hundreds of other coaching videos, blogs, webinars, and podcasts, plus free and discounted coach education courses and other soccer merchandise, plus to have exclusive access to register for all future NSCAC conventions, both live and online, click on the link below to become a member of the NSCAC today. Also, please remember to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, as your continued support allows us to continue to provide coach education and coach development resources to soccer coaches across Canada and worldwide. Thank you again for your continued support, and we look forward to seeing you at future NSCAC events.